name is Adnrew, Dougal, Chief Executive of Northern Ireland Chest, Heart and Stroke. We dropped the word association because there are too many syllables.
Great, and Andrew obviously just looking at me. Andrew, I'm meeting this morning with the Minister. Just tell me how that meeting went.
Well, that was a very positive meeting with Minister Wells, who is very much concerned about the health of children and especially about smoking in cars and the damage that does. And we told him that every week 12,000 Northern Ireland children are exposed to tobacco smoke in cars in this province, and that's disgraceful, and that's something we need to do something about as a society, and we are hopeful that the Northern Ireland Assembly will bring forth legislation to do that on a prompt basis.
Today, obviously, I want to talk to you as well about the cigarette packaging. Is that an issue you spoke with the Minister on?
Very much so. Now, he did advise us that this was a matter to be considered by the Northern Ireland Executive, and we will be writing to each member of the Northern Ireland Executive asking them for their support round that executive table. We would hope that Northern Ireland will not be out of kilter with every other country in the UK and out of kilter with the Republic of Ireland. It is important that we have this standardised packaging because the glitzy packaging entices and encourages children into the smoking habit, and that's what the tobacco industry is after, imprisoning our young people to tobacco addiction before they're the legal age to enter the shop to buy them legally.
You certainly felt this is something Minister Wells will back?
Certainly Minister Wells is concerned about the health damage of smoking, and he did say to us that it was not a matter for him, it was a matter for the Northern Ireland Executive, and we would hope that the Northern Ireland Executive, to a man and to a woman, will become behind this and support this with total enthusiasm.
You've outlined it many times before, Andrew, but just remind me why you feel so strongly that this ban on cigarette packaging and such will make a difference.
Because it's the last form of tobacco advertising and promotion, and for 20 years we in Northern Ireland Chest, Heart and Stroke and all 64 other medical charities throughout the whole of the UK have been campaigning to get this issue, because it does entice our young people prematurely into smoking. It is really the young people who are enticed by this, the young people who are conned by this, and we would hope that the Northern Ireland Assembly would ensure that our Northern Ireland children are protected. It's a question of child protection from the blandishments and the marketing of the men and women from the tobacco industry.
You clearly accept, though, that there are some smokers, this will never stop them.
Well, they have a right, it's their right to smoke, provided they're not doing any harm to other people or they're not encouraging children to smoke. They have a right to smoke, and we in Northern Ireland Chest, Heart and Stroke have always maintained that.
Just remind me, Andrew, if you would, where we're at with this legislation at the moment.
Well, at Westminster, there have been given powers now for each of the countries of the UK to enact this legislation, and those powers are there at Westminster, but it's up to the Northern Ireland Executive and the Northern Ireland Assembly to put the standardised packaging in place, and we in Northern Ireland Chest, Heart and Stroke also hope that they will put a ban on smoking in cars. It's barbaric to smoke in a car with your children in it. Totally barbaric.
How much do you think it will take to push our politicians across the line to get them to vote to ban packaging?
I feel there's tremendous and overwhelming support among the members of the Northern Ireland Assembly for this. They realise the damage that it does to our young people. They realise that young people are being enticed into a tobacco addiction at 14 and 15 years of age. That is criminality, and I know our members of the Assembly will be very keen to back this, and let us hope that they do it to a man and to a woman with no people against it.
And I just want to pick up on something. We saw the jobs going at Gallagher's within the next couple of years. Just how linked is that industry to this legislation?
Well, let me nail a lie, and that is that this is caused by the European directive and by restrictions. Gallagher's itself, or the Japanese tobacco industry itself, are on record as saying that it would only cost 60 to 70 jobs. That's only a fig leaf that they're using the European Tobacco Directive. The real reason is cheap labour in Poland and other countries, and that's really behind their decision, and no one can deny that.
You're coming out of the meeting today feeling very positive.
We are feeling very positive and very upbeat that the Northern Ireland children will be protected further, because it's in the children that the tobacco industry is getting its new smokers, who are causing so much damage to their health in terms of emphysema, heart attacks, diabetes, the whole thing. This is terrible. It's causing a huge burden of disease in our community, and we in Northern Ireland Chest, Heart and Stroke and other medical charities in this province have been committed to taking action on this, and today we are extremely hopeful.
Perfect. Great.